The 2020-21 season countdown is brought to you by Oddschecker, your one-stop betting hub. Hi and welcome along to the All Guns Blazing podcast, brought to you today by Oddschecker. Sponsoring the show today, you can get all the bookies in one place. DT.
Dave.
How did your team get on at the weekend? I know you've been dying to tell me.
Like working it. It's just like playing AFTV again. 11-0.
11-0.
Welcome to life in non-league, they said. Is what it is, isn't it?
So it's a little joke thing then? It's
no,
like
ain't no
you're
joke
right in the bottom division.
Ain't no joke team. My players are just really good. And
11-0.
Yeah, we took
really
care of
good. Yeah.
Look, sometimes you
11-0.
You play a game, yeah, where sometimes everything just literally clicks, and it did. Everything. We were ruthless. Like from minute 1 to 90, we were ruthless, Robbie. I'm not even joking. I can't say too much.
The team weren't rubbish?
No, they're not rubbish. They're not rubbish. They're well-established side in the league. They're not rubbish. They just could not live with the pace and power that we had. I won't say too much because obviously footage comes out in a week's time. And everyone just enjoy it, man. Enjoy the journey that we're on. I'm looking forward to it. I'm all right, but, you know, it's all right, innit?
You should cruise that league, innit?
I'm coming for Mikel's job.
You should cruise that league, innit? Because if all the other teams are rubbish like that, I mean...
They're not. And it's, you know...
If it's some joke thing,
no, you can disrespect them, but AFTV would go in that league and they'd struggle. Facts.
All right.
Facts.
Yeah. 11-0. You beat the team 11-0.
It doesn't matter. You got to beat. Yeah, you would.
11-0.
We beat you 5-1.
11-0.
Is what it is. It's all right. You can make your comments. It's cool.
No, I'm just saying though. Cool. You know what I mean?
It's cool.
It's not very competitive, is it? It's going to be like every week.
All right. That's cool. You carry on playing Whipsonade Zoo or whatever the hell you played the other week.
I'm just asking a question, right?
No, that's calm. You
weren't
asking a question. You're trying to patronise.
Are you dissing that team we played, Panda?
It's calm. It's calm.
You still came to watch though, didn't you?
I come to watch one of your players whose family member's been asking me to sign him for weeks.
You came to watch us play.
Anyway, this is the podcast about Arsenal.
I'm just asking you about your team.
Cool.
Why are you getting all flustered
but if we're talking about the team, then
I was just asking you how you got on.
Make sure you go and follow the team's YouTube channel. The links will be in the description because I'll make him put them in there now. Sorry.
But, I'm only asking how your team got on. What's the man getting all
Listen,
funny
I see
for?
what you're doing.
I'm not doing nothing. I ask you how your team got on. 11-0.
It's fine.
Well done.
Oddschecker. Do you want to put some odds on our next game? How many goals scored? First half, second half?
I tell you, I'll put a fiver on 20-0.
Shut up. This guy. Clown.
Anyway, no. All jokes aside, no, well done for that.
Thank you.
Your first venture into. Did you get a good crowd come? Because you were saying you were going to.
Yeah, it was decent. A couple of hundred there. So we've done what we had to do. And
who you got next then?
We're playing this weekend against Side. They won 3-0 on Saturday. They had a very good opening victory in the weekend. So, we'll see how that one goes.
You know, in that league, you're going to be the hunted.
Oh, I
remember speaking to the hashtag guys, and that's what they were saying. That when they first went in there, like, you're the hunted team. Everyone starts leaving one on you.
Oh, they do. They do.
Little YouTubers, where they coming here?
We had that at one point. We've got a young lad that plays for us, scored 4 on Saturday, and he was targeted in the first half because they couldn't get near him. And it's about just keeping your composure, keep your head, and just realise that when you're better than somebody else, this is the way that they try to even things out. So, and people have come to our stadium and it's their big moment.
Hold on. Your stadium?
Yeah, we've got a stadium, haven't we? We don't play down the park.
Well, you just built it?
No, we haven't built it yet. I need to get more money off you yet.
Where did you build this stadium then?
Well, it's not my stadium, is it? But we ground share.
You just said they come to our stadium.
It's our home. It's our home.
Oh, where's that?
Harlow. You should know about. Well, you won't because you didn't bother turning up in the final. But it's where we beat AFTV. Nice
Harlow
stadium.
Town?
Yeah,
okay.
Nice stadium.
No, the way you said it is like you built a new stadium.
Well, no, listen, I ain't that quick at building something. Do you know what I mean? This guy.
Anyway, let's talk about Arsenal.
Yeah, we just wasted 10 minutes at the start of the show. You
already know
You already know the comment section is going to be. Forward on to 9 minutes, 27 seconds to get the podcast.
Arsenal, it all starts this weekend.
Yep.
Arsenal versus Fulham. Remember we played them last time? We got our Arsenal back.
Yeah.
Remember we singing that 5-1 win?
Yeah, we didn't get them back, did we?
Aubameyang hugging you after scoring.
Aubameyang and Laka, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and I fell over the barrier.
Yeah, it was mad. That's actually probably our best away performance under Unai Emery.
Probably.
Wasn't it?
There weren't that many, so it's pretty easy to remember. But no, that was one. That was one where I think the first half, if I remember rightly with the game, I think Fulham had a goal disallowed. Or did they? No, they did score, didn't they? And it went 1-1 at one point. And then we turned it on. And then you had the Ramsey goal. Ozil scored a couple. Because I remember Ramsey done the celebration where he was just kind of like as if to say, like, what more do you want?
Yeah.
Like, because there was that whole contract thing at the time.
Incredible goal.
And yeah, it was a brilliant performance. It was a brilliant day all round. I love going to Fulham because it's an old school ground. It's very traditional. You're close to the pitch.
Right next to the River Thames.
Yeah, right next to the Thames.
Look out and you can see the Thames on the...
Yeah, and of course you're going to Chelsea's biggest rivals across the water. So yeah, I like the stadium. I like going there, and was lucky enough, like you said, to celebrate one of the goals with Ober and Laka. Got Xhaka's shirt at the end as well. And then at the end of the game, the players literally walk out of a side entrance, and even though they put a barrier to stop anyone getting to them where the coach is, you're literally right on them, so to speak. I got Ober to sign one of my hats as well. So I had a great day. Brilliant day. And 5-1, man. It was a great day, but I'm just a bit gutted that we can't go and experience that.
That would have been such a good opening game,
First game as well of the weekend of the Premier League season, isn't it?
Would have been absolutely brilliant. First game of the Premier League season, we are actually kicking it off. And what I wanted to do in this podcast was take a look at Arsenal's next 5 games in the Premier League.
Okay.
Because it's always important, if you're going to finish in the top 4, if you're going to have a good season, it's important really to get off to a good start. I mean, you can catch it back up, but getting off to a good start is very important. So we're going to look at those first 5 games, and obviously we start with that one.
Yeah.
Fulham. It's going to be a different type of game because I think we've got a little bit of an advantage here with it being played behind closed doors. And the reason why I say that is that normally when a team has just come back up, like Fulham, this place is buzzing. Those players, which they still will be absolutely buzzing to pit themselves against a top Premier League team. But also the fans on that day, you can imagine, their fans would have been absolutely lit. They would have been buzzing. Yeah. Every single day they'd be looking forward to this game. They'd get there, they'd make up so much noise. It'd be, that is always a factor. And if you saw some games earlier on in last season when Norwich played and Villa and they had good results earlier on. Because you get that sort of, almost like a bounce from coming up.
Yeah.
But it's going to be different because it's going to be behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So that whole factor is gone. It's going to level it out a lot. It's going to come down to ability more.
I'm trying to remember as well whether Fulham actually have a stand missing at the moment. So
I know they are doing some redevelopment on their grounds. I don't know if it's started yet or...
I know it has started because me and Troops were doing some filming for something a little while ago before COVID.
Yeah.
And it was all actually open on that side because we had to film right near there.
Yeah.
And I was actually just thinking that you could probably watch the game from across the water if they haven't actually built up yet or anything like that. So... I get what you're saying with that they're not going to have that first game effect. And I'm looking for a victory and only a victory, and we should do. And, I know a lot of people are talking about our pre-season results at the moment, like the behind closed doors games and everything. From what I'm hearing is that Mikel's trying something a little different, which is why you're not seeing any footage. You'll see the scoreline, and I know we lost to Aston Villa.
Yep.
But we lost to Brentford before we played Man City and Chelsea in the cup final and stuff, and look at the difference there. Those games are there for a reason, to test things, to try things. The MK Dons one was one where Arsenal were not openly trying new things because the personnel was not all there. So it's fine. Play the game. Play the game, let them see it live or whatever. But it's been very evident that with us in our last 2 games, they've literally kept them behind closed doors. You can... who did we play before Villa? Was it, and we won 3-2 or something. But I don't think, I think it was 3-2, but there's been a lot of the result kept back. Like they really want to keep it all quiet. And those are, reasons why. So
a lot of the, referring to that game, a lot of people who played in that game, Willian got a run out, Saliba got a run out.
First time.
Ozil
Yeah.
was, on there and, talking pretty upbeat on his, we have heard that before, on his Instagram and stuff like that. It's going to be really interesting to see what team he goes with, because it's funny enough, is remember when they did do that friendly against MK Dons, Saliba played in that, but he didn't play in the actual Community Shield against Liverpool. So
yeah, I can understand why Mikel didn't play him in the Community Shield, and I said this to you, that maybe the fact that he'd only had 45 minutes under his belt, and I know we were all dying to see him against Liverpool, but maybe that would have been too big a baptism of fire, going up against Salah and Mane and Firmino and whatnot in your first real competitive outing. So maybe just bed him in slowly, so to speak. So I think that us getting the 2 fixtures we have first are perfect for us before we do go to Anfield. And by then we should have everyone up to speed.
Just going on that Fulham thing, I've got some stats around the game from Opta. They said Fulham have Fulham have lost each of their last 5 Premier League matches against Arsenal, conceding 9 goals in their 2 defeats against the Gunners the last time they were in the top flight. So that's a great record that we've got against Fulham.
Yep.
You're looking on that and you're saying to yourself, and as I said, taking away that factor of the fans being there, you really look at that game and you don't want to, because it won't be an easy game, because those players are still going to be driven and motivated.
Yeah.
But you're looking at that game and you're saying 3 points, aren't you?
Yeah, you have to.
Especially with what we've done recently.
Yeah, of course. And with the games that we've got in that first month and a bit, we need to win these games. So, massively.
Yeah, that is a. So would you look on that? Is it too early to say that's a must-win?
No, I wouldn't. I would say it is a must-win, and it's important because we're playing first to cement our place top of the table. We are top of the league at the moment, aren't we? Yeah. So yeah, when you look at our fixtures, Robbie, we can't lose or even drop a point in those first 2.
All right. So West Ham is the next game.
Same again. West Ham are a shambles right now.
West Ham, what's going on at West Ham?
West Ham are shambles. We need to go for their throat. It's as simple as that. They've just got rid of their best prospect. I'm baffed. Why? Well, not baffed, because I know it's because they've got greedy owners, as to why they sold their young lad.
The captain of the club.
The captain comes out and puts a tweet out. When I saw that, it was one of those where I went, that's one of them parodies. Like someone's just changed their name and put Mark Noble's picture up to make it look like him. And I was like, I genuinely had to look to go, wow, that's him. And then even in some of the comments, there's a couple of other players that are like saying about, that says it all, man. That's like, us selling over, for example, and then, other players in the team coming out.
Selling Saka.
Yeah.
And then
Ober and all them coming out and saying I'm disappointed and angry.
Angry. I mean, that was strong to say I'm angry. And
I tell you something, if them owners want to try and take on Mark Noble, then they're fighting a losing battle, because he's a West Ham boy and the West Ham fans will back him. And I've seen some of the phone-in shows this week and some of the things that have been said, and the guys that we know very well down at West Ham Fan TV, and they've been talking a lot, and they're fuming.
But they have got. If you remember rightly, right before the lockdown, they played us at home, and they gave us
a
tough game, man.
Yeah.
And despite what you might say there, they've got some good players.
They have.
I mean, Mikel Antonio is that guy is one player that kind of stands out for me. He always is such a handful.
Yeah, he is. But look,
Declan Rice, quality player.
Listen, it's a game at home, Robbie. It's a game at home against a team that are in turmoil. I genuinely think West Ham are relegation favourites. The way it sits right now, for me,
Relegation favourites?
They are relegation favourites. If you ask West Ham fans, they will probably back me on that and say we agree. Because they're a shambles. The club's a shambles.
I mean, all right, they did flirt with it last year.
No, the club's a shambles. The owners have been living off the fact that they're West Ham fans. Let's pull it right, yeah? I'm not even a West Ham fan, yet I know exactly what their game is, right? The reason why they're in there is for the long haul, not for the long haul and the project of West Ham, it's for what they're going to get out of it. Would they have moved away from Upton Park and built a stadium for the better of West Ham? No. They moved away from Upton Park because they got given a stadium, first and foremost, and then they knew that was then going to end up being their investment that they can end up selling on and making a profit. On top of selling Upton Park, which is now a block of flats. They lost their soul. They lost everything about West Ham the moment they moved away. At least with Arsenal moving to the Emirates, we've still kept some kind of identity. There is still something there. I know it hurts and I still miss Highbury. I know but we're like 2 minutes away. We've built our stadium, purpose built. It's, you know, and there's parts of Highbury inside Emirates and everything else. The only thing that's ever been won in West Ham Stadium was when Mo Farah ran around that track. And Usain Bolt was standing there like this. That's the only time you've seen something won in that stadium. And that's the only time you will, when they have athletics there. West Ham ain't winning nothing. I'm being real. Tell me a West Ham fan to come here and disagree with me, because they'll back me. I'm being real, man. I've got no problem with West Ham at all. I've got a lot of time for West Ham. A lot of time for West Ham, because I've got a lot of friends that are West Ham fans. We're mates with West Ham fans. And I feel sorry for them. I genuinely feel sorry for what's going on and happening at the club.
Not going to feel sorry for them on that day.
Yeah, but on that day,
we need to win that game. And as I said, you're looking on that game and you're saying we're supposed to bring that home.
Yeah.
Because we've got a good. They have beaten us at the Emirates before.
Yeah, they're first ever team to do it.
Yeah, first ever team, and they're good at doing that, going and spoiling parties. But I fancy us in that game. Yep. After that, though. Just like last year. It was the third game last year as well, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Third or fourth game last year? Liverpool away?
Yeah, we played two games first.
Liverpool away. Tough as it gets. Anfield. But again, I draw into this the fact that Anfield's an absolute fortress for Liverpool.
Until kickoff.
What do you mean until kickoff?
When the fans stop singing. And then they turn the volume down on the speakers.
That's the thing, there's going to be no fans in there.
No, there won't be. We're favourites going into that game.
Favourites?
We've won our last 2 games against Liverpool.
Shut up, man.
Hey, listen.
Shut up, please.
Hey, Troops, what do you reckon?
No.
We've won our last 2 games against Liverpool.
Ignore that, yeah?
We have won our last 2 games against Liverpool. So we're favourites.
Listen, somebody will cut that.
Deal with it. Cut it.
No.
I don't care.
No.
Make me a meme.
No.
It's been a while. Do you know what I mean?
No, they will. They will.
Listen, look. I'm just saying, let's go into it with confidence. We've beaten them in our last 2 games.
Look at their record at Anfield. They haven't lost at Anfield for a couple of seasons.
I know. Records are there for what?
But the one thing I would say is that no fans at Anfield definitely gives us an advantage.
Yeah.
They're still brilliant there. They're still a brilliant team. It's going to be a different Liverpool to what we played in the Community Shield. Come on, let's be real now.
Why is it? Apart from Trent, it'll be the same team.
They're going to be more pumped and motivated for that game. They would have had more games under it. Remember,
listen,
no.
It's
the same for both teams.
No. I don't agree with you there.
We both went into that game. We both went into that game half cooked.
No,
didn't we?
I'm sorry. They had a week extra preparation than us. They were already in pre-season training. They effectively didn't have an end to the season because they'd done what they had to do before it had finished. So they were already on holiday. They had an extra week to us. They were in Austria, or wherever it was, preparing
they had a training
and everything.
camp in Austria.
And the only player, Henderson's been out for a while now, so you say Henderson. But apart from that starting 11, the only player that wasn't there was Trent. Apart from that was their full side.
That's a big player.
Yeah, I know it's a big player. But it's one player, Robbie.
We were missing a lot of players.
We were missing a lot.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You, me, Troops, everyone. When that team lineup was done, we were like, going home. See ya, going home. But to a man, we were superb on that day.
We're not favourites for that. We were brilliant. We're absolutely brilliant.
Let's ask odds checker.
Huh?
Let's ask odds checker.
I'm sure odds checker.
Give me the odds. Give me the odds.
Odds checker, without even knowing what the odds are not going to make us favourites for that game.
I think we'll be a little bit less than what we might have been.
I only look on it and I say, all right, yeah, you can factor in the fact that, you know, there should be a little less fear from Arsenal because, like you said, the last 2 times we played them, we beat them.
Yeah.
They were very close games. Remember that game, effectively, we beat them on penalties. It was a draw.
Yeah.
So remember that, right? And the game before that, at the Emirates, a very tight game. So they're the favourites, man. They're playing at their place. They smashed us up last year. They smashed us up the year before that. We've had a horrible, horrible time at Anfield.
But I know. The videos are there. They don't lie, Robbie.
But, yeah, different manager.
Exactly.
Different mentality.
This will be our biggest test where we can go, all right, there's a change. You know, if we went to Anfield, for example, and lost, and it was a really tight game, you know, like what the previous 2 have been, we lost by the odd goal, but we put in a performance that could go, yeah, you know what? When we add a little bit more and give Mikel a little bit more time, because this will be his first full season, we can challenge. If we see that, then we know. If we go to Anfield and get slapped, then you'll be like, fuck me, it's the same again, isn't it?
What if we went there and won? What would that do for the team? If we went there...
Then I won't be a meme. Everyone would be like, he's a genius. He said he was favourites.
But no, I'm just saying, like,
it'd be
what
huge.
could that do? What could that do for... It's obviously would still be very early.
Yeah.
But what could that do for the mentality of Arsenal? I know we beat them in the last couple of games, but Community Shield, there was the other game. A lot of people were saying, you know, they were on the beach.
Don't take that away, man. That would be huge. That would be monstrous to win at Anfield. Would be absolutely monumental. That would be right up there with a year when we was, you know, invincible, I think it was, and we won 2-1 at Anfield, and Bobby Pires put that one into the corner when he bent it. And that was a tough, tough game. But going to places like Anfield were ones where you go, yeah, you know, that sets you up. And we win at Anfield, we're on to win the league. I'm joking.
Shut up, man. Shut up now. Shut up.
I am joking. All right, I'm joking. Calm down, everyone. All right, I'm joking. I'm not getting that far ahead of myself. You know I don't.
All right. Next game after that, Sheffield United.
Interesting game.
Sheffield United at home.
Very interesting game because I want to see how Sheffield United do second season syndrome.
True.
Because a lot of teams would have
found out. We drew them
last
year,
yeah, a lot of teams would have found out what Sheffield United are about. They were a new, you know, new venture for everyone last year. You don't understand how they'll play or what they'll do. And even, you know, Norwich, when they first came into the league, if you remember, they were playing really nice football. And was it, what's his name that plays up front for Norwich, man? Pookie, is it?
Pookie.
Yeah, he was banging in goals. And
as you say that, there's a guy in this room that kept harking on about this guy, Pookie. Yeah, you Troops.
Yeah, he was banging in goals at the start. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Norwich got found out. And then he got found out. And then it all come crashing down. Sheffield United, to their credit, were able to answer a lot of the questions that were posed.
Although when you look at Sheffield United, they did kind of fall away. When you if you're kind of being harsh on them,
they fell away.
It's very difficult to be harsh on them because they had such a good season. But the position that they were in, they ended up finishing, what did they finish, 7th?
Something like that.
Right.
They would have took it beforehand. But
they would have took it beforehand, but they were in a position to get into the top 4
and
to get into the Europa League places.
They've lost their best player. Dean Henderson, goalkeeper. Gone back to Manchester United, and I know they've replaced him with the guy from Bournemouth.
Good keeper, but not the same standard.
Not the same standard. So it would be interesting with them. But again, the fact that we're at home, I'm expecting a victory.
Yeah, you've got to fancy us.
Yep.
Then after that, another one. I think there'll be an international break around there. Then
another international break. I bet a couple of players will be happy about that.
Another international. Like that one. Right?
all I'm gonna say. Hey, listen. The only thing I'm gonna say on that whole subject. Lucky it weren't Sterling, because you imagine the media backlash on him.
Gosh, true.
Yeah. Just remember that. Have that same energy.
Man City away.
Yeah, we're favourites.
We will be coming up against Sterling.
And we're favourites. What we are.
Stop with this favourites thing, man. No,
we beat Man City last time out. Man City had one shot on target the whole game.
That's Wembley. Come on, we're going to the Etihad. Again.
No fans.
Fans.
That's an advantage to them then. It's normal, isn't it?
To be honest, I think they're one of those teams, right? It doesn't matter if there's fans there.
No, they don't. Yeah, they are.
They've strengthened. They're strengthening already.
Yeah.
You know, I was reading today they're after Koulibaly. You know what I mean? That could happen. That will make them even, you know, they made some couple of good signings. They've already got a great team, great manager. That's going to be a tough game, isn't it?
But we got the better manager.
I believe that.
Hey, listen, man, Pep's going to listen, you're going to realise. You see Pep sitting on the touchline talking to chairs now because Mikel's not there no more. We've seen it. It weren't just the Arsenal game where he's sitting there talking to a chair. There's loads. You need that meme with the sad music playing and the sounds of raindrops and.
But in all seriousness, it's
a tough game. It's a very tough game.
As a matter of fact, I would say in those first 5 games, we've got the 2 toughest away assignments of the season.
Yeah, so it's good to get them out of the way as well, with no fans in the stadium. I did say this to you the other week on a podcast.
Because so you think that's an advantage to have them in the first 5?
Because you've got to remember one of our away games straight after that is Man United as well. And I said to you, get them all out of the way now. I'd rather go to Old Trafford and Etihad and Anfield and places like that with either no fans or a real reduced capacity. Imagine, I think when we go to Old Trafford, you might have fans back in the stadium by then, but you're talking socially distanced. You're talking, what are they, 70-odd thousand? How many are they going to have in? About 25,000, if that?
If that.
Do you know what I mean? Probably hear Flex on the touchline somewhere. Come on, United. Do you know what I mean? Like you did in that Europa League game randomly just before lockdown. I'd rather go there then.
Yeah, you got a point there. That's a good point.
Get them out of the way, man. Get them out of the way now, and that's it. And then it's down to the players to go and perform on the pitch.
Obviously, first 5 games.
Yep.
Right. 15 points available. Mm-hmm. How many will we get?
13.
13?
We're going to shock someone and win one of those 2 big games.
All right, so Fulham, you're saying win?
Fulham win, West Ham win, Sheffield United win.
Liverpool, away?
Liverpool, I'm going to go for a draw.
So that's giving you 10 points.
Sheffield United, I said a win, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so that's 12 points. And then maybe lose to City or...
No, you mean lose to City? We're losing our opening 5. We're beating Fulham, we're beating West Ham, we're beating Sheffield United,
9.
We're drawing with Liverpool,
10.
And we're beating Man City.
Jesus Christ, man, that would be a dream start if we did that.
This is
now be serious.
I'm being serious. This is either a genius move or I'm going to regret it. Because if it comes off, this video is going to get played worldwide.
4 wins. 4 wins and a draw.
I genuinely think that we could go to either Liverpool or Man City and surprise everyone with a result. I genuinely do. I believe in my manager that much. Call it blind faith, call it whatever you want. If you're not
blind faith.
If you're not a supporter, listen, if you're not a fan and you don't believe that your team can go and do something at the start of a new season and you have that optimism about you, then you might as well go and watch something else.
I believe, yeah, but
I thought he was going to say, I believe I can fly.
Well, I think you believe you can fly after your predictions. You can fly, I think. Right? If those come true, you will be flying. Right? But
mate, if they come true, you've got to do a forfeit.
That's tough. That's tough, man. I mean,
I know it is.
That's a hard. When I look at it, it's not. It's a mixed start because you've got in there winnable games in Fulham, West Ham, Sheffield United. Mm-hmm. But Liverpool and City, we've not taken any points away at those teams for years.
Yeah, I know. But what am I holding on to? I'm holding on to the fact that in our last 2 meetings against those 2 clubs, we've won. We've beaten Man City.
Not at their place.
No, I know, but similar circumstances, should we say, with no fans. Yes.
Yeah, but
do you know what? If anything, the games over there at Wembley were bigger than them.
Yeah, but they're neutral grounds.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, Robbie.
It does.
No, it doesn't. Because there's no fans in the stadium.
No, but it still does matter because they're used to playing at the Etihad. They're used to the surroundings.
Yeah, but what's the difference? The pitch is the same.
Yeah, but
it's grass.
No, but they're used to winning there. So it is a bit psychological. But
wait, Man City are used to winning at Wembley. They won there last season as well. They won the Carabao Cup final there. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Sorry, but listen, Robbie,
I hope you're right.
I know, but I'm being serious.
A bit optimistic, man.
Them games were bigger. There was more pressure on them games because there was a trophy at stake.
Well,
it was a semi-final, the final of a cup.
The Liverpool games weren't the same. I think the Liverpool game at Anfield is way bigger than the 2 games we played them.
Oh yeah, maybe that one then, because
that's going to be way bigger.
Because that one. I meant the Man City game was
in between that, we got a Carabao Cup game as well, away to Leicester. Again, that's not easy. That's just before.
Make a lot of changes. For me, I'll make changes. Not loads, enough. But I wouldn't be playing people like Oba. That's the kind of game where you could go, Eddie, there you go. Go and show us the form that you just did for the under-21s and stuff like that. They're the kind of games where you would, maybe that's even a game dependent on if he's playing at the time where you can go, here goes Saliba.
Gabriel.
Dependent on obviously if they're playing or not. But like I was saying, we play on the Sunday before them games, and they're played from a Monday to Thursday. So we're not going to have Monday or Tuesday based on the fact we're playing Sunday. The Liverpool game's on a Monday, so we're going to be Wednesday, Thursday. And I think because we're the Monday, we'll get Thursday. And we're used to Thursday nights.
Bloody hell.
It's all rolling in our favour here, man. Do you know what I mean? So
Are you excited?
I am
with
excited.
This season? I mean, it's a real weird. The season's starting back. Number one, it doesn't even feel like it ended because just the other day we were playing Community Shields and FA Cups and the league was finishing. Mm-hmm. And number two, we ain't going to be able to be there. But Arsenal, not too bad in the transfer window so far. Managers delivered a trophy. Are you excited going into this new season that
I am?
This could be a better?
Why wouldn't you be excited? I was excited in the second season of Unai Emery. I thought, okay, we can kick on, but it's a false dawn. But I genuinely see.
Why would this be any different?
You could just see the difference within the club, and there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. People from the outside only see what they want to see in terms of player coming in or out. As an Arsenal fan, you see what's going on behind the scenes in terms of the coaches being brought in, the coaches that are being dismissed and laid off. Goalkeeping coach has gone now, bringing in different analysis. We're bringing in set-piece coaches from Brentford. All these kind of things are going on behind the scenes, and it's all part of what Mikel Arteta's doing. One of the things that Unai Emery did is that all stayed the same. Nothing changed. But yet Mikel's saying, no, it's a clean slate. I want my people. I want what I want to get into this club. So there's no stone unturned. There's no, you used to be a part of this management or that no, you're part of my management. This is fresh, new eyes, new approach. And all of that's starting to happen. And I see people moaning this week and talking about players going in or out. And it's just like, have a bit of patience, because with everything going on at the moment, things are different to what they used to be. The turnaround from the end of the season to the start of the season is big. Chelsea are the only team that have been able to go out and get signings, but they were planning for this from when their transfer ban was lifted before January. They were able to plan. The money was there. They could go here. You know what I mean? They planned everything. No one else has been able to plan for this. People go, oh yeah, but you've got to sell this player, sell that player. They're still at the club. This ain't FIFA, ain't Football Manager. You can't just click your fingers and go and get rid of these players, because a lot of these players we're trying to get rid of are still part of the old regime. They're part of the old problems as to why we were in this mess in the first place. You can't just get rid of Mesut Ozil because there's no one stupid enough to pay 350 grand a week. You're struggling to get rid of Kolasinac because he's on over 100 grand a week. Socrates, about 100 grand a week. We had to cancel Mkhitaryan's contract and write it off completely because he was on nearly 200 grand a week. But when you work out Mkhitaryan's wage, nearly 800 grand a month, 2.5 towards £3 million a year that we're saving. People just see a transfer fee and think that's it. That's his price, that's how much he costs. Do it, get it. There's a lot more that goes into it. And wages as well.
And a team has to want that player.
Yeah, they have to.
Every transfer, what a lot of time.
They have to.
I've been reading some of the stuff he's saying as well.
There are players that are close to leaving. Sorry.
What do we do with Ozil? He's staying. He played against Villa the other day in that friendly. What do we do? Do we bring him back in?
This is such a weird
if
one.
He's here.
Look,
if he's going to be here, he's going to be around.
Yeah, you're paying him 350 grand a week. Surely he can contribute something. And the way I look at it is that, his place was being taken up on the bench last season by Matt Smith. All right, now he's gone out on loan. And could Mesut Ozil be one of those substitutes? And
Smith throws back though, remember.
Smith throws back. Arsenal are either going to just bite the bullet and say, put him in the squad when needed, and if he can be an asset to the team, so be it. But if Mikel Arteta comes forward and says he's not doing enough in training to be in the squad, and I think Arsenal are going to have to just
what?
Just deal with it. They're just going to have to pay him, and he won't be a part of it.
Maybe. What do you say? Just pay him off. Just say to him, you know what? Here's your contract paid off.
Do you know what?
Go away.
Now they've done that with Mkhitaryan, yeah. I don't know the legal ramifications behind contracts, and there's all different clauses and whatnot, but maybe it's not that easy for Arsenal with Ozil's contract to just terminate it.
What I'm hearing as it stands, if they terminate it, they'd have to pay him his wages right up until the end of the season. So it would be like, you're still losing like something about £80 million or something, but he's gone. But is he that much as a trouble that you get rid of him now, or do you just say to yourself, you know what? I mean, when you think about it, if he's still there and he plays and he does half decent,
then that's fine.
You could, number one, it's fine for the club, and plus as well, you could possibly try and move him on in January for a transfer fee.
Maybe.
Although,
but then again, no one's going to pay the wages, man.
It's the wages.
No one's going to pay the wages. Look, at the end of the day, maybe give him a game against Leicester. Carabao Cup, see how he does.
But does he deserve to have a clean slate though?
I think that
to be given at least be given, because it doesn't appear over the last. This is and I don't know if I'm accurate on this, right? But this is my take on what I've seen. It looks to me like they've tried to freeze him out.
Yeah.
It's like he's not been given a chance. It's like, we're going to make things so uncomfortable for this guy that when it gets to the transfer window, he's going to want to go. But he's ridden it out and he still don't want to go. So to me now, I look on it and I say, if he's going to be here, and if he deserves, only if he deserves to, we play him.
I see what you're saying, but
because he could still bring something to the team.
But like I was saying to you, if it's a clean slate, fair enough, give him a clean slate. But if he still doesn't perform or there's a problem,
fair enough, you don't play him.
Then don't play him.
But he's got to be given a chance, I think, now. If he's going to be there, I get why they were trying to freeze him out. But if he's still digging his heels in and he's saying, I ain't going, then we've got to use him. There's no point in just having this guy, 350 grand a week, sat on the bench.
Do you know what?
Every time the team sheet comes out, is Ozil playing? He's not in the squad.
I know. There was something else that I see somebody say. Someone said about, why don't you take his number 10 off him and give it to someone else? I actually think there's a clause in his contract that the number 10 is his for the duration of his contract. It can't be taken away.
But I don't think that would get rid of him. I think whatever people think about Ozil,
it's his brand, isn't it? 10's his brand.
He doesn't mess about. You know what I mean? He's a guy. Yeah. He's very opinionated. You can see by some of the things he's came out and said.
Seems like he's a good businessman as well.
Right, and he's dug his heels in, and he's like, and just let's be fair. Like he said in his statement, he never asked them to. He could have went to other places when they gave him that contract. So he's like, I'm honouring it. I'm sticking it out. Yeah. I see people saying to him things like, if you've got any self-respect, you should walk. But why would you walk from it? It doesn't make sense, would it, to walk
They gave
from
him, I told you, there's a lot of the past that we're trying to rectify. And that's why I get really pissed off with people that are not giving us time at the moment. Because we're trying to sort out a lot of mess. A lot of mess has been left behind. By Gazidis, by Wenger, by loads of people. By Emery. There's a combination of people that are all to blame for everything. But yet for some reason, people are going after Mikel Arteta. Like he's the problem. What? Just don't even get me started, man, please, because it just pissed me off.
Starting 11 for Fulham, just if everybody's fit. Obviously, we won't know that yet at time of doing this show, but if everybody's fit, you're starting 11 for the game against Fulham. Starting within goal.
Leno.
Emmy.
Troops are saying Emmy over there. I'm going to be honest with you, so am I.
Well, this was my starting 11.
I know,
so
but
you can be quiet.
I know it's your starting 11. I'm still going to question.
You can do yours in a minute. Be quiet.
No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to question it all the way along.
Don't ask me what my starting 11 is and then say what yours.
No, I'm questioning. Why Leno?
What?
Why Leno?
Because he's on number 1. I said it. What? Fight me over it.
But
let
me ask you.
What?
Let me ask you this, yeah?
Go on.
If, I don't know, somebody somebody comes in, I don't know, Aubameyang got injured.
It's all hypothetical, Robbie. This is the situation.
Listen.
No, I am listening, but this is the situation. I'm telling you, this is the situation. For me, Bernd Leno is still the number 1.
Aubameyang gets injured.
And Aubameyang will come back, whoever's taken his place, because Aubameyang is still the number 1 striker.
Aubameyang gets injured, right, and he's out.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know, Eddie came in. And Eddie scored, like, in 10 games, scored 12 goals. Would you drop him straight away?
Yep. Oba comes back because he's still your number 1. Because he's still your number 1. Once he's fit and ready, he plays.
To me, I look on it and I say, when that player who's coming for him starts to dip, then I'll bring him back in. But if you've got a player, right, that's come in and has done nothing wrong, not only has he done nothing wrong, he's been brilliant, he's helped you to win a trophy, he's been outstanding, why would you drop him?
Leno's number 1.
Not at the moment, he's not number 1.
Yeah, he is. And the shot on his back says it.
I think don't you think it'd be harsh to drop Martinez now?
Welcome to football.
No, but you've got to have a good reason to drop him.
Leno's number 1.
So yeah, that was a bit like the I heard, you know, the other day, like with England. Mm-hmm. It's the same conundrum. You've got Pickford in goal, who hasn't been playing great, yeah? And then you've got Pope, who's been brilliant. You've got Henderson, who's been brilliant. Mm-hmm. But people are saying, oh yeah, but Pickford's number 1. So what? He's not playing well.
Pickford's not number 1. He shouldn't even be number 3. He should be an
extra. No, but under how you're working out things,
No, because it's nothing to do with that.
Because he's got the number 1. He's the number 1. He's been the established number 1.
So. No, it's not about established number 1. I don't even know how he is in England number 1. He should be an extra on Toy Story as Rex the dinosaur with his little hands. Right? He's awful. He shouldn't even be in the England squad.
I don't think he's
so there's a reason. Leno's not awful.
No, I'm not saying
so if it wasn't for Leno, we'd be with Troy Deeney and Watford in the Championship.
Leno's brilliant.
Not even joking. Leno's number 1. Can I name my team now?
Leno's brilliant, right? He's got it's your friendship with Leno.
Oh, get out of it, man.
I'm serious now.
Get out of it.
Because Martinez, for me, has done nothing wrong.
But Leno's number 1.
Wrong. Leno, I love Leno. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant player.
Name my team.
You're going to get to in a minute, but Leno's a brilliant player. But for me, at this moment in time, I still think Martinez is number 1.
Well, the question was, what's your starting 11?
So Leno goes straight back in.
Yep.
You put aside the Community Shield. Yep. You put aside what happened in the FA Cup.
He played Martinez in the Community Shield because it was a cup game, and Martinez is going to be our cup keeper.
You put aside the run-in, and
you're a dickhead.
Martinez is out.
Yeah. Welcome to the harsh reality of management.
Okay. Rest of the teams. Should we go with the back 3?
Yeah, back 3. David Luiz in the centre. We only have 3 options, or possibly. I think Gabriel's too soon. I think he's only just come in. I know he's in training. No, he's in training. He's already in training. He's been here longer than people realise. Plus, the day before his announcement was made, he went to London Colney with the rest of the players to have their COVID test, and it was negative. Just thought I'd let you know. So that's probably why he's allowed to train.
Okay.
But he needs match time. So it depends what they do with him over the next week or so with these behind closed doors games. But I think for Fulham, maybe too soon. So I'd actually have Tierney on the left of the 3. I would go with Saliba on the right of the 4. Of the 3, sorry, and the back. I'd actually go with him. I would.
No Rob Holding?
I think he probably... Newcastle, maybe, yes, no. We're going to find out by Fulham whether he's at Newcastle, but...
All right, so,
wing-backs.
Wing-backs.
Ainsley right.
Ainsley right?
Yeah. That's if somebody hasn't put him in danger whilst on international duty.
But Ainsley right.
Yeah.
Left?
Saka.
Left wing back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Midfield?
Xhaka.
Mm-hmm.
And dependent on his fitness, I would go with Ceballos because I know he played against Aston Villa. So I think that he probably will be up to speed by the Fulham game, to be honest. Otherwise, it's going to be Mohamed El sideways.
And then the rest?
The attacking 3. On the right-hand side, I'd actually go with Reece. Because he's the one who's up to speed. Had a really good under-21s game as well, I felt. And I know that Pepe's only just come back.
Okay.
So give him that little bit of extra time. On the left of the 3, Oba. And up front, Eddie. I think those are the freshest and been back the longest and
so
playing.
No Lacazette, no Willian.
Again, only just coming back, only coming into the side. I think Willian will eventually come in after a couple of weeks, but I just feel that with him only playing his first game a week ago, do you know what I mean? So we're talking about a game that's 4 days away. So that's why I've gone with that, because Eddie's been involved from right back to the MK Dons game, to the Community Shield, same with Oba, same with Reece, same with Granit, plus he was playing for Switzerland, superb for them as well, by the way. Yeah, that's what I thought.
What do you mean, what you thought?
Just said.
No.
Some of us
with these little digs?
Some of us can see a talent from early, it's all right.
You was, here we go. Get out, get him out. I've stood by him all this time.
Hold on a minute.
I remember you saying,
wait.
I've stood by him all this time, but after that, get out.
Hold on a minute.
Am I right?
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
You really are Donald
Why
Trump,
did I say that? Why did I say it? Based on what? Based on what reason?
He walked off the pitch. He stormed
because
off
of
the
what
pitch.
he did. Not because of his ability and what he could do on the pitch, but because of what he did. And at that time, I just came out of the stadium. I just watched my captain and someone that I back religiously do that, and it felt like a slap in the face to me and everybody else. That's why I said it, not because of his ability. I've always backed his ability. And he's starting to show that now because he's got the right manager that can get the best out of him. So I like that. And he's now Switzerland captain as well. And congratulations to him as well. I think that what he's done since January has been superb, exemplary.
Prediction, should I say, for that Fulham game?
4-1. We got our Arsenal back.
4-1, we got our Arsenal back. Hopefully he's right. We look forward to the game, opening of the season, of course. Arsenal taking on Fulham. 12:30 kickoff, Craven Cottage. Unfortunately, we won't be there, but we'll be doing a watch along to it. Let's hope we can get off. It's the first 5 games is a mix. 3 winnable games in there, 2 games that we haven't won for a very long time. So it's going to be a real test for Mikel Arteta, but I'm with DT on this one. I'm backing him. I do like what I've seen. When I say I'm backing him, I'm not necessarily saying he's going to win those Liverpool and City games away, but I've got a feeling we'll give a better account of ourselves than we have in the past there, where basically we've just rolled over.
The results are there to give us that hope. When people say to me, and we had this discussion on last week's podcast, is why are you so confident? Why do you think that you could challenge for the top 4, etc., etc.? And I said, because everybody that's in and amongst that mix we've beaten under Mikel Arteta. We've beaten Man United, we've beaten Chelsea, beaten Man City, beaten Liverpool, beat Sheffield United in the Cup, beat Wolves away. All these difficult teams that everyone were laughing about and saying, yeah, you're going to get battered by them. Mikel Arteta has beaten all of them. It's about consistency.
Okay, let's hope you can do that. Thanks to Ozchecker as well. The link is in the description for them. And we look forward to the game. Don't forget, you can download this podcast on all the usual formats. And we will be back next week. Robbie here from AFTV. We just got to say a big thank you to everybody who follows us across our various channels. Over 1 million followers on YouTube. Don't forget, you can now also catch us on Reddit. We're on Reddit, so get involved with us on Reddit and also on TikTok. Keep it AFTV, baby, right here.